In this episode, we visit Jockey's Ridge State Park, grab lunch at Duck Donuts, visit the Wright Brothers National Memorial, and cook one of our favorite cold weather meals.
A little bacon this morning. We'll do some eggs. Call it a morning.
You ready to get the day started?
Yep. Sure.
What are you going to do today?
I don't know. Whatever you want to do.
What are you watching?
YouTube.
What are you watching?
Us. The Ox and the Fox.
Can't be up here and down?
Sure am.
I was trying to catch that sunset.
Jockey's Ridge is located in Dare County in the Outer Banks. Jockey's Ridge State Park is home to the tallest living sand dune system on the Atlantic coast.
Jockey's Ridge State Park, Outer Banks, North Carolina. There's your stampers right there.
Okay, thank you.
Two different stamps there, so make sure you get the right one. This one's Jockey's Ridge,
Okay.
and that one's 27. Other one's page 54. That's the Mountains to Sea Trail.
Yay. And 54.
She thinks she's getting 2 stamps today.
I am getting 2 stamps today.
We're one of the terminuses.
And is that a new book or an old book? Do you know?
That's a new book. Here, hold on. Wait.
Wrong page.
Yeah, no, it's the right page. They're each a different one. There it is. It's that one.
I'm glad you showed me that, because I was about to stamp Deep River. Okay. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Y'all have a great day.
Thank you. So we're going to do the overlook at Jockey's Ridge first, and then we'll hit the dunes.
It's cold. It's got this nice boardwalk leading to it. I thought that was a sign for a snake. That overlook at Jockey's Ridge State Park. Wow, that's a lot of sand dunes.
Let's head over to the hiking trail.
I can barely see the water over there. We brought our tea stake chairs and actually had them setting up on the ridge here at Jockey's Ridge.
Go to our link below in the description to get your T-Sec chair.
These dunes go on and on and on, as far as your eye can see. Where you at?
We're at Outer Banks. We're going to check out some Duck Donuts in a little town of Nags Head.
How many donuts to get?
A dozen. You know what flavors you got?
No, not Ralph. I don't.
Like I need some donuts. This looks like it's gonna be messy.
All right, which ones did you get? These ones
These are mine.
yours.
Those are yours. But I thought we could do a little sharing.
Well, this one was peanut butter and jelly. This one was Oreo. This one was
Honey bun, cinnamon bun. It was cinnamon bun. All right. I didn't really know what to get. I got blueberry pancakes, maple bacon, and then strawberry birthday cake or something like that. Oh, these are gonna be really good.
I think I'm gonna try the Oreo. Oh, they're good and hot.
And soft.
They are.
They're delicious.
We were camping at Myrtle Beach. No, we were camping at
Lakewood.
And right outside the campground in a little shopping center, there was a Duck's. Well, if you're ever in the Outer Banks, make sure you check out Duck Donuts.
The Wright Brothers National Memorial is recognized as the site of the first successful human attempt at the heavier-than-air controlled power flight carried out by Orville and Wilbur Wright on December 17, 1903. There is little doubt that what the brothers achieved on that windswept dunes of Kitty Hawk, North Carolina from 1900 to 1903 changed our world forever. The steps taken to commemorate the brothers' achievements are in many ways as remarkable as the achievements themselves. The commemoration of their success at Kitty Hawk not only provides a place for visitors to reflect on and be inspired by the dream of flight, it ironically forever helped to alter the Outer Banks' relative isolation that the brothers strongly desired for their flying experiments.
So tonight for supper we're going to have Instant Pot Zuppa Toscana. This particular soup is famous at the Olive Garden. So tonight we're going to do our replica of it in the Instant Pot. And some things that you're going to need for it are laid out right here. You're going to need some chicken broth, some minced garlic, some sausage, pork. I prefer Jimmy Dean. Tastes really good. I'd rather pay a little bit more for the Jimmy Dean. Some crushed red pepper, about 5 or 6 russet potatoes, some heavy whipping cream, some kale that you've already taken off the stems, salt, pepper, bacon that will crumble up later and put in it, and then some onions, some diced onions. If you have an Instant Pot, the first thing you need to do is plug it in, turn it on to saute. Alright, we're going to start off by adding our onions. You saute these onions in the bacon grease from where you cooked your bacon if you have any, or if you don't want that flavor, you can just saute them in a little bit of avocado or olive oil. So we're going to saute these just a minute, and then we're going to go ahead and add in our sausage. Alright, we're going to add in our sausage. And with this particular dish, it doesn't matter if your onions are completely done or not, because after your sausage browns, we're going to pressure cook it anyway. I like using this chopper that I got off of Amazon. It chops up that meat. Alright, we're going to let that cook for a minute or two until it gets brown. Alright, sausage is done and the onions are done, so now we're going to add 2 teaspoons of minced garlic, and I like to throw some garlic juice in there. I'm going to go ahead and turn this off because we're through sauteing, so just hit cancel, mix that around in there. I'm going to add half a teaspoon of crushed red pepper flakes, and depending on if you like a lot of spicy or if you like your food spicy or not, you can add more or less depending on your taste. It's good and cold outside, so I'll do a half a teaspoon. Add a teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon salt, a half teaspoon of pepper. Give that a good stir. That's what it'll look like. Your chicken broth, add just a little bit of it. Give it a good stir around in case you have anything on the bottom where you cooked your bacon. You can use that chicken broth and the heat to get it up. If you don't, it might have a burnt taste at the end. We'll add just a little bit more chicken broth. We're going to throw in our potatoes. Make sure they're cubed. Smaller the pieces. You can do skin on or skin off, whichever you prefer. If you do skin on, just make sure you wash them really good. Dump your potatoes down in. If you got big chunks, just make sure they're broke up. And go ahead and add the rest of your chicken broth. Give it a good stir. Mix your potatoes and your meat and all that together. And just make sure that your potatoes are pushed down into your broth. Alright, we're going to put our Instant Pot lid on. You're going to hear it make that little singing noise back here where you have vent and unvent. Make sure you got it to unvent, which on the 6 quart is all the way back. That's vent and this is seal. Make sure you have it all the way back to seal. Then you're going to hit your pressure cook. Check your pressure level. You want it on high, and then then you change it to 1 minute. So this is only going to pressure cook for 1 minute, and then your potatoes will be done. After your steam's been released from your Instapot, go ahead and take your lid off. I'm going to add in my kale. When you stir it around, it'll wilt a little bit. While I'm doing that, I'm going to go ahead and add my bacon. Mix that all around in it. Alright, the last thing you're going to do is add your heavy whipping cream. Zuppa Toscana.
We got family over here again tonight.
Be sure to check out our other videos for our upcoming destinations and adventures. And if you like this video, consider subscribing and give us a thumbs up. And as always, thanks for watching.